Hi, how's it going there? Favorite teacher here, Mister.O, and we're going to talk about life in the trenches during World War I. So at this point, we already spoke about why the United States joined World War I. Now we're going to talk about what it was like literally fighting during World War I. During World War I, it was a brand new type of warfare. Usually in the past, they would fight like this. In the past, war was fought in a very formal manner. Soldiers would meet face to face in a line formation. You had one uniform, they had one uniform, we would meet together and they would fight and shoot each other. But during World War I, they had new weapons. Everything changed the game. In fact, they had weapons just like this one. Soldiers fought in a new way called a trench warfare. In this method of warfare, soldiers would dig trenches or ditches that were several feet deep and that also connected to each other. They used the trenches to defend their territory and attacked other trenches. There are essentially three main trenches. There's the front line trenches, which is close to the enemy. There's the support line trenches, which was behind the front line trenches. And finally, there were trenches that ran in between the front line and the support trenches. I'm back here now. Hello. Both the Central Powers and the Allied powers used barbed wire, sandbags in order to protect soldiers in the front lines. Now understand this, life in the trenches was very hard. It was very difficult. You had the sound of explosions and gunfire being constant. There was a smell of rotting bodies and human waste filling in the air. The trenches were full of rats that would feed on dead bodies. Lice were also a problem. Soldiers also got something called trench foot. Now, trench foot is an infection that just happened to be when you're standing in water for way too long. Many soldiers died from both illness and fighting. Now, between the frontline trenches was this land called no man's land. This area was usually between 30 yards to as much as 1 mile. Every so often, one army launched an attack against the other. Troops would charge across no man's land towards the enemy front lines. And during these attacks, the death toll was huge. So for today's lesson, we're going to uncover what was warfare like during World War I. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, that's the whole thing. That's the whole video. Yeah, that's how it ends. All right. Have a good day. Have a good one. Have a good one. Excuse. Yeah, I'm good. I'm gonna go home. I'm gonna go home.